is an update. We found multi ice cream. We found multi ice cream.
Mango baby.
So I've got to do a part 2 of this NYC CEO assassinator situation that has been going on over in America. Got to talk about it because my whole entire For You page is busting out with Luigi Mangione. That is the worst Italian accent I've ever heard. I feel a bit under the weather today. I've got this on. I'm forever cold. My skin is breaking out. There's people out there that feel exactly the same way as me. So let us just move past it.
I thought it was everyone was kidding around. Well, the one guy said, "That looks like the shooter from New York." Well, then we laughed, and I guess he placed his order, and we just went on about our business.
The last video that I made, the suspect had not been found, right? He had not been found, and now he has been found, or is it even the suspect? I mean, I didn't see him. I don't know. Everyone else is saying that they don't know.
I don't think he did it. But you know what? Even if he did do it, you know what I mean?
Even his defense, the lawyer who has been cracking me up, like, turns out that he's not actually permitted to even be his defense in New York, whatever the case may be. He's been making some real strong statements, and they're going for, you know, we didn't do it. I don't know who did it, but Luigi certainly didn't do it.
Listen, I haven't seen any evidence that says that he's the shooter. So that's, you know, like I said earlier, and I wasn't kidding around. A couple of things. If you're going to report something, report it accurately. Remember, and this is not just a small thing, the fundamental concept of American justice is a presumption of innocence, so you're proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I've seen zero evidence at this point. And so I'm not even aware of what any charges.
Of course, his Reddit was thrown up, and then his LinkedIn was thrown up, all sorts of stuff. His Goodreads. What is not helping anyone in this situation is that these are the pictures. These are the pictures that have come out about Luigi. Now, how was he found, you may ask? Well, that's a bit of a funny one, because he was actually basically dobbed in a McDonald's by a McDonald's employee, and when they were interviewing people who were in the McDonald's at the same time, they bumped into this man right here, and this is what he had to say.
A guy came in the door, and I didn't really look at him. I thought it was everyone was kidding around. Well, the one guy said, "That looks like the shooter from New York." We laughed, and I guess he placed his order, and we just went on about our business. But we were kidding about it. They were like, "Well, boy, wouldn't that be something, you know?" I actually left after that, and I went to the restroom, and he was sitting in the back, but I thought it was one of the employees because they go back there on break, and they put their hoods up. And he was in the corner with his hood up. He left and went to church. Well, then I started hearing, "Oh, my God, they arrested this guy at McDonald's." So then I came back, and I said to the one worker, I said, "Was that here?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Was I here?" They said, "Yeah, you were sitting over there." Basically, you were making a joke about it.
This woman who basically called the cops, did not call the tip line, rang 911, proceeded to go, "Hey, yeah, I think we've got the guy." Luigi, he looked a bit like this at the time. Allegedly, she's not going to be receiving any of that money. The police were offering 10, and then the FBI bumped it up, then started offering 50. So in total, that's like $50,000-$60,000 for the tip off, whoever, whatever. Allegedly, because she didn't ring the tip line, she may not even be receiving any of that money. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are happy that she did what she did, but from what I'm seeing, from what my little beady eyes have been seeing from all the way over here in Wales, all right, that people are furious with this woman. Absolutely furious. Now, we do have a name. I think it was like Maggie something or other. I'm not sure.
I don't get the prize because I called 911, and I should have called the tip line. Right. Well, at least everyone knows my name, right? Right. And they know where I work. Right. And everyone's mad that I turned in that man. Right. So what you're saying is, I don't get the money, I don't have a job, everyone hates me. Right. Well, fuck!
Okay. as well as her not receiving the money, allegedly, she may not even have a job. And she may not even have a job because that McDonald's, Google had to deactivate the review section, had to literally disable it because the amount of people who were commenting there's rats in the kitchen, there's rats all over this McDonald's, and giving it like 1-star reviews, it went from being a whatever star to a 1-star, is because of this one lady. So allegedly she's not getting the money and she's been fired. I mean,
Negative comments rolled in for at least 5 different McDonald's locations listed in Altoona on Yelp. This fast food restaurant houses a traitor among its employees. The working class has betrayed humanity, one review said. Other reviews mentioned finding rats, a reference to someone who deserts one side or cause.
so as all of this was happening, right, there was a YouTube channel. Now, I never saw this YouTube channel, but it was definitely there. And it was there, I believe, like prior or during his whole arrest, okay? So the profile picture was Luigi eating a McDonald's, and then on this YouTube there was this thing that said, by now I've been arrested, and there was a video scheduled for wherever it may be.
And we'll be loading at 6:45 p.m. That missed the first video. It is just a 60-second countdown video saying, like, if you're seeing this, I'm already in jail. And then at the end, he says soon.
I am just like even looking at this YouTube channel, the fact that he has a photo of himself holding a Happy Meal, and he was caught in a McDonald's while he had everything with him. It just all feels really intentional.
Like I say, I never saw this, but YouTube has since taken that down, which has obviously butthurt a lot of people. This was this man, allegedly, and he'd gone through all of this effort. Then even to have the McDonald's Happy Meal or whatever it is as his profile picture, YouTube just went, nah, absolutely not, and got rid of it. And there were so many people waiting on this video that was set to be premiered.
Account was taken down. And this just goes to show you, boomers never want us to have anything. If I showed you before, his account was live when I made my last video that said my notifications turned on. It was supposed to go live at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. Got the December 11th little Easter egg that he had on the video. I don't know what that could be. There's something maybe planned on December 11th. Like, if this is all this man's doing.
Allegedly as well, within this bag, I don't want to get too much into like the crime element of it because I'm not 100% clued into like legalities, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm not even a crime girly. I just find this particular thing really quite interesting. Police are calling it a ghost gun. They're saying no, like pretty sure it's been like 3D printed. I believe it was in his bag, as well as like a manifesto. Kind of seemed like he wanted to get caught. If you think about it, his whole situation to the shooting, to the bullets, to the Monopoly money in the park, to then, you know, being found in the McDonald's, loads of stuff. People keep on being like a super sleuth and finding out various different information. And as we're finding out more information about this guy, of course, people are finding his LinkedIn, they're finding out his family, and he comes from a very wealthy family. So this is from The Independent, and this is talking about their family. So by the 1990s, the Mangiones owned golf resorts, country clubs, a nursing home company, and 3 conservative talk radio stations, sometimes sparring with city and county officials as Nick Mangione expanded his business empire. Nick Mangione died in 2008, leaving behind 37 grandchildren, including Luigi Mangione. The family did well enough that they were able to establish a family can't say this word and it kills me. Philanthropy, you know what I'm trying to say, foundation, which donated to the Greater Baltimore Medical Center and numerous other hospitals and healthcare institutions, as well as the Baltimore Opera Company and the Walters Art Museum. Greater Baltimore Medical Center even has a hospital ward named after the Mangiones, the banner reported. Exactly how Luigi Mangione's history and experiences may be linked to Thompson's murder is unclear. Luigi attended an expensive private school in Baltimore, got degrees in computer science and engineering, and worked as a data engineer in California. Now, you can find lots of information out, namely on Reddit as well. Reddit have been going mad about this kind of stuff. There's lots of details on Luigi's backstory. When they're saying, and news outlets keep on saying this, what was the motive? I don't know what the motive is, even though, like, you'd have to be dumb as a bunch of rocks not to understand what the motive is when you're piecing together absolutely everything. He would volunteer to work or whatever at the assisted care living facility. He then obviously saw firsthand how difficult it is, let's just say, you know, how tough and horrible it is with these insurance companies, like trying to get money off of them. He probably saw that firsthand. What we also know as well is that he suffered a pretty severe lower spinal injury, which I cannot pronounce. And what I gather, the vertebrae had gone and moved, so they were actually pinching on nerves that they kept on budging. And according to his friends, because his friends have spoken out, this made his love life unbearable, it made his sleeping unbearable, etc., etc. You know, he's only a 26, 27-year-old man, and loads of people who have had the exact same spinal injury have all said it is debilitating, it is horrible.
So I kept seeing everyone talking about Luigi's botched surgery, and I didn't see anywhere that mentioned how it was botched. So I looked at his x-ray a little closer and I noticed something. He has an L5-S1 fusion. With your pedicle screws, they're supposed to approach but not breach the anterior cortex of any vertebrae or bone. And if you look here, you can see that the lower pedicle screw, it breaches the anterior cortex of his sacrum, that it was likely pinching some nerves, which is painful as hell. How do I know this? Well, that exact same thing happened to me. When I was almost exactly Luigi's age, I went to a doctor because I too had an L5-S1 fusion. I was in an extreme amount of pain. I was losing my ability to walk. Doctors didn't understand why, and insurance was giving me a hard time. It was evident that I needed surgery, but insurance wouldn't cover my surgery, because I first needed a series of spinal injections to show that that was the area where I needed surgery. I had already had injections and I told them that I felt 80% better. But in order for them to consider it medically successful, I needed to tell them that I felt 85% better. Because I had a variance of 5%, they would not cover a second series of injections.
It's not difficult to understand why he probably felt very passionate about this particular cause, you know, trying to hold insurance companies accountable for what they're doing to the general population. And by the sounds of it, I mean, this guy comes from rich stock, okay? So the fact is that he saw an issue with it, he saw a massive issue with it, and he decided to do what he did, not necessarily because it affects him and his family, but because what is happening is affecting everyone else, poor people, so to speak. I don't know, I think that really tells you something. Now, I said this in my last video, and I will continue to say it again. Do I believe in just going around and pew-pewing people? No. But do I also agree with the fact that these mega corporations have gotten away with doing this? Happy that we don't have to deal with that because of the NHS, even though the NHS has its own problems due to government funding, mostly. Is it good to go around pew-pewing one person? No, of course not. But then also, that company and other companies like that should also be put on the spot for denying life-saving healthcare, basically denying the money to access healthcare.
Hey America, how you doing? I just wanted to weigh in on this CEO from United Healthcare getting shot. Nurse's perspective, bedside nurse for 31 years. CEO who got shot, I hope you rot in hell, you son of a... You know, these presidents of America, like every president that gets elected stands up on national television and says, oh, I killed Osama something, or Bin Hadi, somebody in the desert. You know, Obama did it, Trump did it, Biden. You know, everybody kills some unknown dude out in the desert, oh, because he killed this, that. This healthcare CEO is responsible for thousands of deaths of American citizens. It makes the terrorists look like Boy Scouts. That's what a joke this is. I think the shooter is a national hero, and that's one bedside nurse. Like I said, bedside nurse for 31 years. I've seen the changes in healthcare. It's pure garbage. Nobody gives a shit anymore. It's all for the almighty buck, and the rot starts at the top. And United Healthcare, I did home care for a number of years, and I've been in people's houses who can't afford medicines and they get denied. It's an absolute disgrace what goes on in this country.
I can't necessarily empathize, but I have a lot of sympathy for people who have had relatives that have died or have made themselves basically go homeless because they can't access what they actually need because of insurance companies. I can fully sympathize with that. I know this whole conversation, you could call it quite political in a way, so I don't want to make it go down that path too much. But you know what a lot of these news sources and kind of government officials are saying, and they say really similar things over here, if not exactly the same things over here. You'll be ashamed of yourself for cheering this on, etc., etc. But they're also the same people who allow, you know, bombs to be dropped on other countries or allow pain and suffering to happen inadvertently in their own countries because of these big corporations, or cause pain and suffering to other countries.
America, we do not kill people in cold blood.
Is that you? Is that you signing bombs? I won't be taking criticism from a guy who signs bombs. Thanks, Josh.
Can kind of understand why people are wanting to rally around Luigi. I fear for that McDonald worker's whatever hell she is gonna do, because people are making everything out of it and they are not happy.
You have everybody's looking for you. Yeah, including me. Wow, you are gorgeous. Love that. Okay, well, if you need a place to stay, here's my address, phone number, and social security, and of course my keys. Yeah.
I haven't actually really looked over the manifesto. I don't even know if we're even able to view it, but what I have seen from reading news sources is that allegedly he was going to activate like a bomb or something, but he didn't want it to hurt anyone outside of the targeted person. I'm very curious to see where this will go. The last thing we heard from Luigi was him shouting when he was getting taken out of the cop car, and this is what he had to say.
This is completely out of touch, and it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
Some smouldering cell block pictures. The fan fiction book talk girlies are already writing things. People on their guitar doing the blues. We've had some amazing songs that have come out of this. Due to TikTok, perhaps. I don't even know if that's true. I'm hearing that it is, which is a bit unfortunate. TikTok's being taken away from the US, in January? It's like TikTok is going out with a bang, because I haven't seen anything like this much attention on a particular thing since what happened to the Titanic submersible.
Not the edits, not the edits.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm sorry if it was a bit rambly. Like I say, I don't feel like 110%. I'm not all there in the head at the minute. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.
When the sun goes down and the moon comes up,